What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm here to bring you part 3 of my F1 2019 career mode with Alfa Romeo. Starting off, first of all, we have got some emails to look through. So we've got a goals update where we need to qualify 13th or higher. So that'll be interesting to see if we can do that, because it hasn't been the greatest, but we have qualified higher than that. But we've also got some development updates completed, which is engine power and rate reduction. So that should help us coming onto the back straight in this race, and the weight reduction should also help a bit. But I'm mainly looking at engine power for Baku. That should hopefully help it a bit. But weight reduction should also help us overall as well, but we're still the second slowest team on that part of the R&D chart, and for the part of the engine power we are the fastest firepower car. But now let's run you through the grid.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position and Ryder completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Bottas, Lewis Hamilton and Albon, Hulkenberg, Grosjean, Raikkonen and Carlos Sainz, Verstappen, Norris, Devon Butler and Perez, Magnussen, Weber, Lance Stroll and Daniel Kvyat. Russell and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So here we are on the grid for the Chinese Grand Prix, and I know the grid looks kind of unusual, but that is because it was a wet qualifying, so that's why we're so high up, which means it's also a free qualifying choice. We went out right at the beginning of the session before it got wet. I think it must have been intermediate. Yeah, it was intermediate tyres. So that's that's why we're so high up. But Max Verstappen also made a mistake in qualifying as well. I think there was another top car knocked out in Q2, and that was also a mistake as well on their part. They went out, was too wet. But you saw the tight race strategy there. I didn't actually have time to talk through it, but now we are on the grid, revving up to 5 red lights for start the Chinese Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. We get again a lot of wheel spin off the start and shift up a bit earlier, and that means we've dropped down to only P3 at the moment, but we have got a Mercedes on the inside, and that's Bottas, and then we have a Red Bull of Albon and the Mercedes of Hamilton also up our inside. We tried to fight back on Hamilton, but obviously he's on the outside, so he gets better traction in the Mercedes area and pulls away. And we are going to now try and settle into 6th place. So not a bad start. We've got Grosjean behind us, but nevertheless we have dropped 4 places, which is to be expected really. The only reason we're in 6th is best of the rest at the moment, because obviously Verstappen didn't have a great qualifying, but 6th place, hopefully we can settle down in this next race. It's going to be quite, obviously I'm expecting the cars ahead to pull away, but I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be able to hold back Grosjean. There's a chance, but we don't know what's going to happen because he's in our Haas. And now onto the back straight at the end of lap 1 actually. Very, very interesting that we've got the fast Ferrari powered car in a straight line in theory with the engine power, but Grosjean still just breezes past us and then gets pass done in the hairpin. And slight contact with Hulkenberg, as I didn't realise he was on our outside, but nevertheless we managed to stay ahead of him, and we lost 6th place to Grosjean, so now we are in proper best of the rest places. But we're going to try and obviously attack Grosjean throughout this lap and next lap, and probably the laps afterwards. But now as we are coming on to lap 3, we have got the DRS obviously was enabled for this lap, and so we get the DRS on Roman Grosjean. And going to go try and have a look there. He defends on the inside, and we just take the corner nice and easy and get a snap of oversteer, which we managed to correct luckily out the hairpin. Through the final corner we obviously we're now going back up into the overtake mixed ERS mode with DRS wide open, and pull out the first corner and slide up his inside. Get the pass done very, very early in the first corner, and now we're going to look at our replay. You can see we're right behind very quick, and then we pull out and get ahead right. It's pretty much very, very quickly at the start of the first corner. Very sweet move by myself, if I do say so. And now as we move on to the end of lap 4, low ERS, but we're now coming into the pits and we run slightly wide. But now we're just going to work on bringing it down to speed limit, and we only just managed to not speed in the pit lane. But for the second race in a row, we have come into a completely empty pit lane, which means possibly we're pitting a bit too early, which means we might be a bit too hard on our tyres. But 2.7 second pit stop as we go on to the mediums, not too bad. But obviously now we're in 20th place, last place in the race, as we need to try and get back up to where we were, back up to 6th, which may become 7th later on. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully we can obviously stay quite high up. As we are now going on to the end of lap 5, run wide through final corner. Don't want to be doing that too much. I think Weber is now out of the race actually, as we are coming overtaking people in the pit lane. And we're in P12 with Lewis Hamilton in front of us and Max Verstappen behind us. So I think at the moment we're still in a net 6th place, because I think Verstappen in the pit stops is overtaking Grosjean and the other driver, and yeah, I think it's just Grosjean he's overtaking during the pit stops. As we come to lap 6, this is now where everyone's going to shuffle out with everyone in the pit lane, and we regain 6th place at this stage. But we have got Max Verstappen behind us. He's very quick. So he obviously is in the third best car and should be very quick. But if we can just keep getting good exits off corners like this and possibly onto the back straight, we can hopefully maintain 6th. But it's not going to be easy. And saying that, now we're going to the end of lap 7. You can see that Verstappen is right behind us with DRS. We're in low fuel mix, and I was thinking I'm just going to let him go because there's no point fighting him when he's in a much faster car. So I took the opportunity to save some DRS. Let him go. He locks up, and that actually means we make slight contact as close as people so much because he locked up. But nevertheless, we are now in 7th, best of the rest. And we actually get DRS to try and stay with him and pull away from Hulkenberg. What I don't want to do is overtake him, because he's just going to overtake us and we're just going to wreck our tyres, and it could make our race wrong. But I don't think we were close enough to make a pass anyway. But actually we just ended up in 7th at the end of the race as well, which I'm actually very happy with. I can understand that none of the best of the rest is a very good result for us. And now looking at the drivers' standings, the race results, sorry. Lewis Hamilton won the race, also the fastest lap after starting, I think it was 5th place. But he also got the fastest lap with 1:35.468 at 6:48, sorry. Then Valtteri Bottas made it a Mercedes 1-2, finishing 2nd, followed by Leclerc and Vettel for the Ferraris. 5th and 6th was 2 Red Bulls of Albon and Verstappen. I finished in 6th, 7th, best of the rest, with Norris finally getting points on the board, and then Grosjean and Hulkenberg rounding out the points. Ricciardo just missing out, and Den Butler, our former rival, finishing in 12th. My teammate Kimi Räikkönen finishing in 13th. Magnussen in 14th, with Sainz finishing in 15th. There, Perez. Our former teammate Lucas Weber finishing in 19th, so he was still there. It's Lance Stroll that didn't finish the race. Looking at the driver's standings now, Bottas continues to lead the way ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who jumps up into 2nd place ahead of Vettel, who is now 9 points behind the championship leader. Albon moves up in... Verstappen maintains 4th with Leclerc in 5th and Albon in 6th. I jump up to 7th, maybe ahead of Perez on 15 points, so 5 points behind me is Perez, and then it is Magnussen, Sainz and Raikkonen, all on 6 points still. So the fight between myself, Perez, is looking quite juicy, as well as the fight between Magnussen, Sainz and Raikkonen. Now moving on to the teams, the constructor stands. Mercedes lead the way, 43 points ahead of that. But the main thing we're looking at is Alfa Romeo. We maintain 4th place, 7 points ahead of Racing Point. McLaren are now moving ahead of Haas into P6, and the teams yet Scott Williams and Toro Rosso. And looking at the rivalry breakdown now, we are now leading the rivalry 14-13 to Raikkonen. So we're finally ahead, but only by 1 point. So it's still going to be very, very close, I think, for the rest of the season. And we get 306 resource points from the race to add to our total, and that takes us up to 2,591. Team Okay, team. I can't remember what it's called, but no less. Team Reputation. That's what it's called. That's not too bad. But we now have to choose a rival for the first part of the season. Anyway, we've got the choice of Ricardo, Hulkenberg, Butler, or Kvyat. Now, I've done a career mode that I haven't uploaded, and I've never actually chosen Weber or Butler, but I'm going to choose Butler now because Dan Butler is our former rival, nice to have as a rival again. Don't know how it's going to go. I think we have a better car for the time being, but nevertheless that could always change. And we're now going to have a look at the upgrades. Obviously we've got aerodynamic upgrade for front downforce coming at the very next race in Baku, and I was thinking about engine power because Baku is a very, very high power circuit with all the straights it's got, but looking at the chassis as well, I thought, right, let's not do that, let's go for engine power, spending 520 resource points on that because obviously we're going to Baku. And I'm also going to do a gearbox durability upgrade, and I'm also going to do an ICE durability upgrade. The reason I'm doing that is because durability is helpful, so we quite like my race coming for the next race, but I also don't want to have to do durability too much, if that makes sense. But that is basically it for this video, guys. So if you did enjoy it, please hit a big like, comment down what you thought, subscribe if you are new for weekly F1 content. You can follow me on Twitter at shadow_82. As always, there is a link to that down in the description. I will see you guys next time.